So, hi, good evening, and we are finally here on YouTube Live today after a long time with a wonderful topic called What is the size of your thought pan? This is going to be one of the interesting sessions that we had, and also it is going to add on some instinct to our own self as how we see and to take a call. Before that, if someone could just comment on and confirm if the audio is clear. So accordingly, I can adjust with the input. I can go with either the headphones or without headphone. So I request someone to just comment if the audio is clear. Meanwhile, I will be pausing for a minute. So I'm waiting for someone to comment. Oh, so thanks. Yes. Thanks, Pratik, and thank you, Shubda. So it's wonderful. First of all, kindly accept my diligence that it's been a long time that I have not done the live or the recorded videos as well. So this is a kick restart again today, where we will be going through again back to the capsules that are required for us. Before going ahead, I will take 1 minute pause and we'll just join in. Meanwhile, I just request those who are online, if you could just share this with your connects. You can share it on any social platform you wish. So the topic for the day is, what is the size of your thought pan? It's an interesting topic for sure, and I'm quite impressed that the topic that we brought in is going to be wonderful. So thank you, and we are back. So the topic for the day is, what is the size of your thought pan? This is inspired from the pans that we use at home for frying many more things, and it goes like this. So there was a person who was doing fishing, and he went to the river. He took his fish handle, he put his thread with a hook attached to it, and he put the food for the fish so he can catch more, and he started fishing. So he caught the first fish, he took that fish, he kept it on his left hand, he saw something, and he thrown it back to the water. He caught the next fish, he again kept on the left hand, he saw, and he took it in his basket. So subsequently, he started continuing doing the same. Meanwhile, the person sitting next to him, he observed, and one thing he was shocked to see that this gentleman was taking small fish into his basket, and he was throwing back the big fishes. Surprisingly, he went to that gentleman and he asked that normally the fishermen take the big fishes and sometimes we throw back the small one, but you are doing exactly opposite to that. You are taking in the small fishes and throwing back the big one. So this gentleman told that actually the thing is, I have a frying pan at my house and which is of the size of my palm. So I take the size of the fish by measuring it on my palm, and if it fits on it, I take it so I can fry it. Those who are bigger than this, then I leave them back to the river. So, my dear friends, same is the story with us. We always have that set of the size of the pan, and whenever the new challenges, new opportunities comes in, we measure that with the pan we have, and we take only those challenges and opportunities which fits into our pan, the pan of our thoughts, and then we proceed on. Instead, what this fisherman could have done, he could have taken the big fishes, he could have cut it into pieces and fried into his pan. Going ahead, he could have even changed his pan as well. But at least he could have taken all the fishes that comes. So these fishes are nothing but the opportunities and most importantly the challenges that comes across in our life. So whenever a new challenge comes, whenever a new opportunity comes, always take it first. Then think of your pan. Don't give that pan to get into the mid of the situation where you can take the calls. We get more opportunities by way of more challenges. When we change our job, when we change the phase of life, the period when we join a new school, college, the period when we get married, when we get into a relationship, the period when we move on into our responsibility level by way of our positions, and even in life when we step ahead. In this pandemic, we all, most of us, not we all, most of us have taken a step back, considering that it's lockdown and we cannot do anything outside. But my dear friends, let me tell you one thing, that it's just lockdown. Lockdown. It's not an end. End is when it's a knockdown. Knockw. Okay. So lockdown is not that. It is giving you more challenges. It is, and the challenges are nothing but the similar word for the challenge is an opportunity. There are many businesses that have came up. There are many businesses who have put foot down. Nobody have thought that something called as the PPE kit, something called as sanitary sanitization items, something called as the sanitizer. Nobody have thought that people will buy masks. So there are thousands of companies came out today, especially in India. If we talk about who have geared up, there are companies who were into different businesses now turn to these types of products. So whenever we move on into our life, whenever we take into our challenges, we have to understand one basic thing. We always complain. when the things don't go the way it has to go, when the things don't move the way it is expected to move, when the relationships don't work, when the opportunities don't come the way it is expected to come, because we are not taking the challenges that have already arrived on the way. There are many people who came out with online trainings. There are many people who started doing online videos. There are people who have started earnings in 2, 3, 4 digit of figures with their first step in this pandemic, in this lockdown, because these are those guys who understood that it's just lockdown. It's not the bloody lock. We can open the door. It's not knocked down. It's not a lock. There are opportunities, the doors are there. Secondly, coming to what I want to explore upon. See, one thing that came to my mind, that in this situation, most of us have suffered a lot and many of us are still suffering a lot. I have no sympathy for any of these positions, including me. I have the wish for all those guys out there that wish you all the best, wish you more success, wish you more victories to come up. Just to do one thing, that whatever comes on the way, just take it up. Catch those fishes. Don't worry about the pans you have. And what are these pans? These are there, created by our own self. Nobody have gave us that. We do many things. We know how to dress, we know how to talk, we know how to negotiate, we know how to deal, we know how to crack, we know how to rebuild, but most of us don't know how to think. So this is the time to think as how to think. So take a call. It's lockdown outside. You cannot go outside. What does that lockdown means? That means you cannot go outside and do many more things. Instead, I would say that it's a lockdown where you cannot go out and do few things. So when you can't go outside, it's the best time to go inside. Close your eyes, visualize the things that you always wanted to see. We have this mask. By mask, are we stopping to breathe? Yes or no? Then it's a no. We are just filtering the air so we can take those viruses out and the pure air can come inside with this. So, same way, put a mask of your thought and let those negative viruses stay outside and get and inhale only the purity and the positivity that is required. I was talking to one of my friend a couple of hours back, and the topic was, he was talking about positive thinking and negative thinking. He was saying that, brother, I know that I have developed a sort of negative thinking. I just want to know that how I can turn that into positive thinking. I said a beautiful thing which I want to share. What I perceive is there is nothing called as positive thinking and negative thinking. It is one and same. It is simple thinking. And this is the activity we do almost to an extent which is more than the minutes that we count. Do you have an idea that how many thoughts we process in a day in a span of 24 hours? What is your guess? Those who are online can just put your comments that how many thoughts that comes to our mind in one single day. I would be happy to see some numbers that you can guess. So how many thoughts you think that we process in 24 hours? What is your guess number? Please comment. Secondly, when we have this thought, when we have these thoughts leading to actions and actions leading to results and results leading to the next thought, how about making those thoughts fabulous, fantastic, wonderful, Many people are talking that we have many more things still to learn from this coronavirus. But I only say, and which I love by heart, is two things. One, that technically they say, and we also believe and do, and don't forget, must do, that wear your mask and wash your hands. Why we do that? Because by washing your hands whenever you are coming in intact with any more things, any more person, any more articles out there, you don't get that contamination carried out with those viruses. Secondly, put up that mask so you can purify the air with the good air that you can inhale, give it to your body by abiding those viruses out. So, in real life, we have to put on that mask on our thoughts, which can help us to keep those negativities out and get only the purity inhaled. What we do in meditation, what people talk about meditation, that meditation, the ultimate end, the last stage of meditation is when you have a complete control on your breathing. Did we ever thought that we will do something to develop our breathing, that we will work on our breathing? Did we ever work? Did we ever tell ourselves to breathe? It continuously happens. Same is the thing with our thoughts. That's why you need this mask for your thoughts. Today we are putting this mask here. Once this corona is out and we are back to life, put this thought here, put this mask here. So these thoughts that are coming in will be pure. It will get only the clear thoughts inside, and those nut will be out. There will be no hearts. So that's point number one, which leads to getting the bigger size of your pan. So you should not worry about the size of the fish. Now, when we understand that yes, we have to work upon our thoughts, how to purify them, how to keep those viruses out, which is wonderful message the corona wants to give. Why it want to give? Because it became the need of humanity to understand this. Secondly, when you understand that yes, we have to cultivate the process of thinking, how to initiate the thinking and how we can take them ahead, the second thing we have to take upon is what to do when you understand how to think. Is that the end when you know how to think and that's where the story is going to end? No, that's the beginning. That's not the climax of the movie. Picture abhi baki hai. This is the beginning, or nutshell, we can say that this is an interval that was given to humanity and the life on the earth. That take this call, get this message, do well, inhale good. Many people are talking about health, diet, hygiene, sanitization, which we never spoke in our decades and in the entire humanity, I would say. So we are talking that what will happen once this all things will be back to life? Are we going to forget this, or are we going to make it a part of our life where every moment we will be cultivating those thoughts to take them the way it has to be taken? The second point I want to discuss today is when you understand that how to take the thoughts, there is a big process of thinking. It's almost like the most critical technical process by which a thought get processed and the action comes out. We all know, for let me put it in another way with a small example. We all know that when you get angry, you should not shout out. There are many techniques people say, and we also learned. One of the famous is count 10 to 1 in reverse. But how many times in our life we actually counted whenever we got anger burst out? It does not mean that it did not came to my mind or our mind. It came to our mind after bursting out, after burning out, after throwing out. Why it did not came before? Don't we know that when we go outside, we should use mask, we should maintain some safe distance. Even behind the trucks and the buses and the vehicles, it is written, keep safe distance. But we never got that message. We went closer, 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 and we hit many a times. Still, we have not become at a safe distance. Now it become mandate to maintain that distance. So get those small, small messages of life. Now, when you know that this is the way the life has to go, then understand second point, that what to do. That let's say that I understood the way I have to think, I have to keep the negativities out, I will work on my own self, I will give priority to my thoughts as well as the body. Always remember, my dear friends, the most important asset that we will ever work upon is our own body, because we can get anything and everything out there. Even we can get, if I lose a hand, I will get a limb. Okay, if someone loses their kidney, there are humans out there, the pure souls out there who donate their kidney. People donate their organs. If someone loses their sight, they get eyes. But if you lose your body, then you won't get it back. And this is the only place where you can stay and think and can do and decide well. So work upon, always work upon. Join in something, join in some groups where people do get up at right time, do some sweat and shine. Second point is, when you understand that we have to do all this, then what to do, how to live life going ahead. Then here is a second incident I want to share. The story I heard recently on some platform, and I was impressed. So I took this as a part of today's session. There was a person who was of mid age, and one fine morning, not actually fine morning, one sad morning, he died for whatever reasons. When he was dead, his soul came out of his body, and that soul saw that someone from the external place came to take him up. We call Yamraj comes when we die. So let's say Yamraj came. So he looked into the eyes of Yamraj and said that, boss, this is wrong. I'm seeing my own body there lying out on the floor. Let me go inside, and I have many more things to do. I have to drop my child to the school. Tomorrow I have promised that this weekend I will be spending time with my child. This month end I already have a plan to meet all my families and friends for a gathering. I already have booked my vacation in this coming summer. There are many more tasks that I have to complete at my office because I just became the shining star employees list. There is a promotion due in coming year. There are small loan parts which is left, which I have gathered money to clear, and then I am going to be debt free. And there are many more things. So Yamraj says that, boss, it's done. Your policy got matured. It's time to go. So he says that, at least let me take something with me which I wanted to take. So he says that, no, this is a briefcase I have, and whatever you have to take, I have already taken in this. So he says that, let me see what you have taken. So Yamraj says that, no, I will show you once we reach our place. Let's get to the office of mine, and then we will decide whether you will go to heaven or hell. So he says, fine, let's go. He was curious to see what he have taken. When they reached the place, he asked that, let me guess what you have taken. He says that you have taken my family, my money, and my favorite belongings. Yamraj says, no. Then he says that, at least you have taken my wife with me. He says, no, she was not yours. That was a body that you married, and now she's there. Going ahead, she will be settling back in life. She's going to miss you, but yes. He says that then at least you must have taken my money with me. He says, no, that was not yours. It belonged to earth. It's there. Says that what about that, my favorite car? He says that it's already gone to your child. So many more things that comes up and things carried on. Finally, he says that I know that you have taken my colleagues with whom I worked a lot and they love me a lot. He says, no, that's also wrong. He says that at least you have taken my achievements. He says that they are left back on the earth. So he says that what is there? Let me see. He opens the briefcase and it's empty, and it was a shock to him. He felt dead again after death. He says that what's that? So what you gave me on earth? So Yamraj says, there was only one thing given to you to live, and that was the moment. I gave you crores of moments to live, but instead of living those moments, you spent those moments planning for the next moment. I gave you crores of Sundays, but every Sunday you planned for some bigger Sunday. I gave you Saturday, Sunday, you planned for a long weekend. I gave you paid holiday, you planned for the Diwali holiday. I gave you time to meet your friends when they were in the same city, but you postponed meeting them in a holiday destination. I gave you time when you were sick so you can spend time with your kids, but you spent that time watching Netflix. I gave you time to learn and grow when it was pandemic. It was corona outside. I gave you 2.5 months to stay home, to work on your body, to work on your soul, to work on your thought process. But you spent those 2.5 months watching nasty news that how the world is going to end. But world did not end, my dear friends. It was actually your end. So, my dear friends, whatever moments we have, today this story inspired me. The reason of getting live today was this, that we don't know what is going to happen very next moment. I am not saying it on a negative point. I am saying it with a very good affirmation that we are going to win. When you are going to win, there are thoughts, there are actions, there are going to be celebrations, but don't forget the messages that corona gave. Put on the mask, let the virus stay outside. After corona, put this on your head. Let only the pure thoughts come in and get onto those. Get onto those in a right sense. Get onto those with the and don't forget that life is beautiful and it is going to be just more beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So live life king size, enjoy your day, enjoy the moments. Don't keep and waste your moments planning for the next moment. Go crack out. When you cannot go outside, go inside. How many times in this pandemic when you stayed home, how many times, how many minutes I would say, you got hundreds of days, but have you even spent 100 minutes on going inside and knowing your own self? You met many people on video calls, WhatsApp videos, and many more things. People got connected on Zoom and thousands of platforms out there, Google Meet, many more things. But did you met the most important person whom, instead of telling you who's that person is one who knows you the best, who can give you the best advice of your life. And if you can convince that person to do best, you can convince the world, and the world is going to be more beautiful, fruitful, and things are going to be all set, my dear friends. So go. Time has not gone. Our policy have not matured. We are meeting on this live. That means that we are alive. Thanks to the world, thanks to your own self, that we have a shelter on our head, we have food on our plate, we have family to see, we have a bed to sleep, we have dreams to see. But it's the time to get up, go inside. When you cannot go outside, it's the time to go inside. Go and meet the person whom you meet in your own selfies. Go and meet the person whom you see every time when you check the mirror, and gear up, right? Because otherwise, you will need an expert to come and tell you. और खुद से दुश्मनी करते बैठोगे तो पंगे होंगे, मेडिटेशन काम नहीं आएगा, फिर मेडिकल काम आएगा. सो द सिंपल फंडा इज, जब दोस्त बना के काम हो सकता है तो दुश्मनी क्यों करें. दोस्त बनाओ खुद को. बी अ गुड फ्रेंड टू योर ओन सेल्फ फर्स्ट. Try to love your own self. You cannot love anyone else on the earth before you love your own self. You cannot work for a company unless you work for your own self. Don't work that you are getting salary. Don't work because there is a target to do. Don't work because there are some things to be carried on that has to be proved, that needs to be recognized. The best recognition on the earth is when your soul tells you that, boss, you did a good job. Achieve that, earn that, spend your life for that. So, a small message I want to give, it's a lockdown. Many places it's getting back. So, you can again cannot go outside. So, this is the time to go inside. How to go inside? Get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, sweat for at least 45 minutes. Don't sit and do this and this and this and call it exercise. Do something that makes you sweat. Then sit in silence, put this buds headphone. Don't connect headphone anywhere. It's to ensure that nothing is getting in. Close your eyes, breathe, breathe, breathe. Let the thoughts come, don't respond. Thoughts will go. Attain the ultimate peace at least for 10 seconds. And to achieve that 10 seconds, you have to sit in silence for at least 30 minutes. Listen to some wonderful music which inspires you to do something great for the day. Get a pen and paper, write some 10 beautiful things that you have in your life, that have happened in your life last day. Read those. Maintain a jar of good things that are happening in your life. Fill that jar. Read those chits taking out when something goes unexpected in your life. Boss shouts on you, things doesn't go good with your spouse, the child is not listening to you, it's an pandemic, it's an ultimate burden on you. Read those chits. This is one problem you have in your life, but there are thousand good things also in your life. Catch them nicely, properly. Always remember and make it a point that when you can't go outside, it's the time and the need of an hour to go inside. Think, understand your own thoughts, evaluate your own thoughts, do something called as why analysis for the points which made you to put down. Always remember one thing, nothing have closed in life. It's not the end. World is not going to end. At least we are not going to end because it's just lockdown. We will end if it's a knockdown. KNOCKDOWN. Forget this LOCKDOWN. It's a situation. What if, just a thought, what if someday we all will wake up in the morning and we will realize that, shit, man, this whole scene was just a bad dream. I know that this sounds funny, but just think once, what if it is really a bad dream? So prepare yourself, do something great, and always remember one thing, and the most beautiful thing I ever loved. Stay young, stay happy, and keep pushing your limits. Be limitless. Add that title to your name. become that. We add Mr., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, then advocate, many more titles on that. How about adding this one title, that limitless? Instead of writing your name, Mr. Basavaraj or Miss Basavaraj or Dr. Basavaraj, how try write it once today, write on your page that limitless and then your name and read it how it sounds. Do it that way. Give a thought about how to think. Don't forget the message to learn that mask want to teach, that keep the virus outside and let the pure air, the pure thoughts come in. Wash your hands regularly. So wash your mental process regularly. How to wash your mental process? That's the point then comes. How we wash our hands? We take sanitizer, we take soaps and do it for 20 seconds. Why not for 2 seconds? Because it doesn't clean. Same way, to wash your thought process, you have to apply a sanitizer called meditation. I don't say that meditation means sitting in silence and inhaling and exhaling and concentrating. It can be listening to a wonderful song that kicks you in. It can be writing something that gets your guts back to make the glory. Don't forget that it's just a lockdown. I am telling it repeatedly. It's just a lockdown. It's not the lock. It's locked down. Put that lock down and get on to life. With this small thought, I just thank each one of you for joining this wonderful session. This is my first YouTube live I did. Kindly bear with me if something have not went well. Henceforth, I will also, when I am going to watch it back, I will learn many things. I will ensure that it has to be enhanced to the better level, the way I did with the other recorded videos as well. And now we will be back. So I will be posting henceforth one video every Monday, and subsequently I will be going back the best you, my signature program of 12 hours consisting of 1 hour every day, which will be done on live either Google Meet or Zoom or whatever way it goes. Those who want to join that, you can message me on any platforms. You can message me on Insta, Facebook. You can leave a comment on YouTube. You can WhatsApp me. My number is there in my earlier videos. So see you soon with the lock that will be put down. So stay young, stay happy, keep pushing your limits, and don't forget that you are a star born to shine. So see you soon back. Till then, take care. Bye bye.